Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be making a super fluffy souffle egg omelet. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. So I've been watching YouTube videos, trying to find inspiration, and I see a lot of Korean and Japanese dishes playing around with the eggs. So you guys know how much I love eggs. So I'm going to try to recreate a recipe that I saw online, but I'm not going to add the sugar because you guys know I don't eat processed sugar. I'm going to see how it tastes with just a little bit of salt, and then some people say that you can add honey on top after or a little bit of butter. So we're just gonna try it out, and I'm gonna get into a little bit of my experience of 3 weeks no coffee and how it's going, and yeah, keep you guys posted on all of that. So in the meantime, let's get started. All you're gonna need are 2 eggs for one portion. Okay, so that's what you want. You want your picks to be nice and stiff. I'm trying to flip this over and it's not working. But also you don't want to overdo it where you get that like runny egg white on the bottom. So I don't have any liquid in here. And now we want to move fast and fold the yolk into the whites gently. I'm gonna add a little bit of butter to the pan. Oh, excuse my Teflon pan, you guys. Today we're gonna have to make do with it for today. But just add some butter to the pan, and you want to make sure that it is low heat. I repeat, low heat only. Okay, so this is a first for me, super spongy. You guys saw that whole process. You can see why I had to put my laptop on a stand. I mean, my phone on a stand because there's no way I could have done that with one hand. So let's just kind of, ooh, super fluffy. Okay, what's going on here? Wow. It's like a soft souffle, fluffy omelet. That's exactly what we wanted, no? Mmm. Oh, wow. So it's interesting. It's like egg with bread. It tastes like egg with bread. So yummy. I'm gonna kind of show you guys what's in there. Super good, guys. I loved it. I love it. So I'm just gonna eat this with you guys here. What I would advise is when it's cooking, you'll know it's ready to fold it when the bottom of your egg is like a nice golden color. So I kept checking mine, kept checking. It wasn't ready at the 3 minute mark. It wasn't ready at the 4 minute mark. But around the 5-6 minute mark, it was ready. But just put it on low heat. You don't want to burn it. Low heat, be patient. I would say anywhere between 3 to 6 minutes, and you should be able to kind of scoop your souffle up and fold it over, and then play around with it, seal it, cook all of the other parts so that it kind of has like a natural crisp seal, and it's really yummy. I'm super impressed with it. For my first one, not bad. I think there's definitely room for improvement. I would definitely not use a Teflon pan. I just don't have my good quality pan with me, so I wanted to make a video for you guys, and this was the only pan that I had. But I don't recommend a Teflon pan, and I would probably recommend a smaller pan than I had, or you could even use a pot, because a pot has nice walls that you could use to guide your souffle, and you have to have a lid, of course. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna enjoy this with you guys and tell you about my coffee journey. Well, it's been about a month since I've had coffee. I'm lying, but I'll get to that. But I was starting to not feel good, and if you know me, you know that I've quit coffee over and over again 100 times, and I probably will do it again and again because that's how I am. I quit it, go for months without drinking, and then, one day I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna have a coffee. My friends are in town, or, everyone's meeting up for coffee. I'll just have one. And then I'm back on the wagon for like months on end, and I become very addicted to coffee. My whole day revolves around coffee. When I drink coffee, I gotta wake up, and the first thing is coffee. I can't go on without my day if I haven't had my first cup of coffee, and sometimes my second cup, which that's when I start to get the jitters. So at first, when I start drinking coffee, I like it, feel good, feel a little bit manic, but it's like a functioning manic feeling. I don't know if you guys can relate. It's like this undertone, like, yeah, I can do it. It's like a weird little like coffee manic undertone that I thrive off of. Especially when I have things to do, I got my to-do list, and the coffee gives me that kick, right? But after a few months of drinking coffee, I start to experience crashes, like energy crashes. And if if you're eating animal-based, for me, even when I have a little bit of fruit or, a squash, if I'm eating animal-based, I have consistent energy levels. So when I start crashing, I really don't like that. And that's when I know that the coffee is no longer serving me anymore. And that's when I know, uh-oh, you gotta take a break. And sometimes I'm reluctant to quit right away. Other times I'm like, all right, starting tomorrow, no more coffee. So that's what I did this time. For the 475th time, I quit coffee. But it feels good this time. The first 4 days without it, I think I slept 4 days straight. It's very difficult. One of the worst, the most challenging times for me to quit coffee. I mean, in the sense that I felt the most negative side effects. I was just tired, like so tired. Couldn't open my eyes and look at the sun. It was too bright. I had light sensitivity in my eyes. Everything was so unpleasant. I just wanted to sleep. But after the 4 days, everything started to feel great again. And I was very calm. That's how I usually am when I stop drinking coffee. I find this inner sense of calmness, peace. I'm awake, alert. I don't need to rely on coffee to be awake anymore, which is great. I don't have my crashes anymore. But I was with my dad over the weekend, and they had some coffee, and I had coffee too. So I broke my 1 month thing that I was telling you guys about, but I learned 2 things from it. One, that I have the coffee thing under control. I haven't had coffee all week. It was just on the weekend. I had coffee 2 days in a row with my fam, and was I'll tell you more about how that went. But starting Monday, I didn't want coffee. I'm good. I'm fine. So that's the first time I've been able to do that, because usually as soon as I start drinking it again, I'm back on the wagon. So now I'm like, I don't really want it. And I'll tell you how the coffee made me feel. So the first place we had coffee, I think it was really good quality coffee. I have my coffee black. Didn't feel that like anxious feeling in my stomach. Didn't feel like manic. I usually feel manic if I've had one too many cups, like 2 cups. And I usually have Americanos. So I didn't feel manic at all. Had a cup of coffee, great, went on with my day. The second day we had some coffee, which was, I read the ingredients afterwards because I was like, what the happened to me? Had a cup, 2 cups, and I got this, those butterfly anxiety coffee feelings that you get in your stomach. And I just had to breathe it out and breathe it out. And I felt that for like a good 2 hours. And Danny had like an allergic attack. He was sneezing. And I was like, could it be the coffee? So I looked up the ingredients of the coffee, and it was like a mix of coffee from Istanbul, Portugal, like 7 different countries. So my theory is, and I think this is like the same thing with olive oil, is that when you've got coffee, or let's say olive oil, from different countries, they're just grabbing the worst of the worst and just putting it together and saying it's a wonderful blend of Arabica beans, blah blah blah, but it's not. You don't know what's in there. So that's the same thing with olive oil. If you're consuming olive oil and you read the ingredients on the back and it says olives from Italy, Spain, Portugal, France, put it away. That is most likely toxic toxic olive oil cut with toxic vegetable oils, and they probably use rancid olives from last season. So I think that the same goes for coffee. We don't know if, the coffee that I had, I don't know if it was sprayed with pesticides, with chemicals. I don't know what they did to the beans in Africa, the beans in Portugal, and the beans there, and then when they put it all, so you know what I mean? So it's pretty wild. I could tell like night and day how I felt when I drank the other coffee, and then the coffee on the second day was absolutely insane. So yeah, here I am now. No coffee for me. Feeling good, feeling great. I always do love when I'm not drinking coffee. I hate relying my entire schedule around drinking coffee, but I also love a good cup of coffee. So you may find me on here again telling you that I'm drinking coffee again, but for now, I'm not, and it feels good. And if you are drinking coffee and you're enjoying it, do you keep doing it. Keep doing what makes you feel good, just as long as you are conscious of what you're doing and how it's making you feel, and you're not lying to yourself about it. You know what I mean? And always, always try to source the best ingredients if you're gonna treat yourself. So that's about it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed my egg souffle omelet recipe. I encourage you to give it a try and let me know how it turns out. And I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I hope you enjoyed the other 2 on the screen. Have a good one. Bye bye.